Hey, you guys, how's it going? It's so funny. Only one person has noticed that I didn't have my rings on for like the last like 3 or 4 videos, I think. Anyway, um, okay, so I don't know how this always happens. I swear, like I just go, oh, I just feel like collaging, and then all of a sudden, you know, it turns into a bunch of journals. I just love making journals. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And I love that you guys love them. And, I don't know what I would do without you. Um, anyway. Oh, sorry. I was chatting with Bob about the stamps, and he is just so grateful to all of you guys who have purchased those stamps. And so let me just say, because there's been question about, and I know this is not about the journals, but I just want to say this. There has been concern raised about whether or not, you can use those images in your journals or for sale or whatever. And so I just, kind of let him, he didn't know what to say. He doesn't do this all the time. It's just not something that he does. So he does custom work, and he, works for one person, sells them the stamp, and then that's it. Like it's usually for like an invitation or something like that. He's not in the business of mass producing stamps. So, which is why I went to him. But, so here's the deal on the stamps, the label stamps. You guys can use them in your work. Okay. Use them in your work to sell, do whatever you want to do as far as, creating with them. All I would ask is that you don't, reproduce them into, something that you're going to claim as your own. Just be ethical about it. That's all. You know what I mean? And you know what? If somebody decides that they want to be unethical about it, then you know what? That's just the way the universe is. It's like, you can't stop people from being unethical. So, I'm not going to stress out about it. And I definitely don't want Bob to stress out about it. So, just be ethical about it. If you feel inclined to give credit, to either myself or to Bob for, he's the one that actually made those stamps. So I just gave him the measurements, and the idea. But anyway, just do the right thing. Just be nice, I don't own that shape. That's a Denison label shape. And, that's where it came from. It wasn't something that I created in my head. It was just like, I want that shape in a stamp. So anyway, yeah, so let me just look at these journals real quick. So anyway, yeah, so I actually wound up with 18 of these. So these were actually some big, it was like a scrapbook. But it was like a newer one, so the paper wasn't, it's not, well, let me just show you one. The paper wasn't, it's like a file folder, but it's a little thicker than file folder. So I just, somebody gave these to me, and I had a ton of them. So they just looked like perfect for collaging on. So that's what I did. Anyway, so I just did a whole bunch of like different ephemera, like letters from the bank, and book pages, like look at this one. It says, Papa has a pretty tree. I see the pretty tree. This little kids reading book, and then I picked up this gorgeous botanical book, this German book on plants, and it is phenomenal. It is so beautiful. And it is definitely out of copyright. So I'm sort of hoarding it right now. And now, of course, I get this book right when I decided I'm not doing digital. So I don't know. I might wind up doing digitals. So if there's anybody out there that feels like maybe they can help me out with that, send me an email. Maybe we can work something out. I'd be willing to, maybe pay somebody to produce digitals for me. Or maybe even do that in trade. I kind of was having a little bit of a hissy fit about it like a few weeks ago, just because. Anyways, I'm a woman. I'm entitled, right? Anyway, so it wouldn't be a terrible idea to reproduce some of these images because they're amazing. And particularly the mushrooms that are in that book. Look at these. Aren't these amazing? Look at these gorgeous illustrations. Look at the green on that mushroom. I don't think it's translating well, but it's just beautiful. So, I mean, look at this. Look at these mushrooms, you guys. So I fussy cut all those, okay? I scanned it, printed it, and fussy cut it. All right, so there's tons of these. Well, there's 18 of them. A lot of them have mushrooms on them. I will show you each one, the cover of each one so you can see. A lot of them have roses, because you guys know I love roses and I love fussy cutting roses. So there's lots with roses. There are some other flower images from that same book, but yeah, so these are basically just that collage. I cut it into a 5x7, and then I just stitched it onto some of this, like it's like duck cloth. I don't know if it is exactly duck cloth, but it's like a heavy utility fabric, like a canvas. And I actually washed it before I used it, so it softened up quite a bit. And I love how it frayed around the edges. Anyway, so I did so many of those that I had enough to actually make pockets and stuff. So I did a pocket on the inside front and back covers, and then also tons of tags. So I wound up doing a whole bunch of tags, and, you know, added some fussy cut images onto some of those too. And then, you know, there's some, these are just, you know, from some of my little old notebooks that I made into little tags. You know, just real simple collage. I used a whole bunch of my really old cellophane tape on these collages too. So and then you guys saw I used some I was making some clusters on a video. What was it, yesterday? So I made some clusters. Some of these were more like rectangular shaped, and so those ones I kind of just made into a pocket on one of the pages, and I just stapled it on there. And then I added a couple of these Tunidex cards to each one of these journals. These are highly collectible, you guys. I'm just saying. They're highly collectible, and they are definitely copyrighted, so they cannot be reproduced. But I wanted to share some because I got some in Happy Mail, and from a very lovely young lady, and I appreciate them very much. Anyway, so then I just added some other ephemera type of stuff into some of the pockets. I use, you know, super junky pages. I used up a bunch of Tim Holtz paper that I've had, you know, that I don't know. I just wanted to use it. Some music paper, some other scrapbook papers, you know, and I was just trying to not be super picky about what paper I used, although I did get into my stash of, you know, my special paper, but I was trying not to be too particular about the scrapbook paper, because I really just wanted to use it. And then, you know, some calendar pages, some bank ledger, some old math book pages, some onion skin paper, and then some handwritten letters from the bank ephemera that I picked up last year, and some ledger. This is from a French ledger book that I bought. It's another tag, and then just a little pocket page made out of a botanical book page, some shorthand, some of that really nice, you know, typing paper, some more bank ephemera with the embossing, some ledger, another different ledger, lots of ledger. These are very numbery, numbers and flowers and mushrooms. That's basically the theme. I put a little pocket in one of these little library pockets in a pocket in each one, and then just added a little bit of, you know, some little tickets or something in those, and some little playing cards. And I just love these because they're super old. Like they're already like grunged up, you know. Yeah, so, and then it just kind of repeats. There's some typing paper. This is from one of my oldest typing books. It's from like 1910 or something. Yeah, it's a really cool book. Yeah, and there's another cluster. So, yeah. And then there's another Tunidex card, another piece of ephemera from the bank. And then the tags in the back. Okay. And then each one I did a ball chain, just with a single key, with an old brass key, and then the number tag, like the number in the series. Okay, so this one's number 16. And then I just did a real simple seam binding wraparound closure. Okay, so you could add you could tie like a bead on this or something if you wanted to. Anyways, but I had a whole bunch of other stuff that I sort of wanted to share, and I wanted to put it in the journals, but I kind of ran out of pockets, and so I just put it all in a bag, and sort of tucked it in there. So these are some of the Tim Holtz tickets, some of the new from the ticket books. So you get a little strip of those. These are some other tickets that I've printed off. This is a little cigarette card, little collage tag, some other, digital ephemera that I've printed off, some playing cards. These are like language cards, Flint card. This is from a checkbook, old checkbook. This is a really old business card. I think this is the phone number. Yeah. Anyway, some more ephemera that I did some stitching on. Another playing card. A couple of password cards. Coffee dyed library card. And then each one of these has a few random postcards. Some of the postcards are very old, from 1800s. Some just like from the 20s and stuff. And then I gave you a stack of 2 different like blank order forms. So yeah, so you get these ones. These are from a lumber yard, potlatch. And then these are actually receipts from a beer distributor. And I got these from Patty a long time ago, and I still have a bunch. But these are great to use in collage. They don't fold very well. They'll kind of crack when you fold them. So the best thing to do is to actually glue these onto another piece of paper, and then they're a lot more sturdy, and you could actually fold them if you wanted to. These are okay to fold. These won't break when you fold them. But yeah, so then you get this little bundle of ephemera that is just tucked into each one. So that's what's in them. And you know how it is. There's 10 photos with each listing. So, you get to see, I mean, I didn't pull all the tags out and photograph all the tags in each one. So you do get a little bit of a surprise. Okay. But you get at least one of those clusters. I think I meant to put 2 in each one, but some of them only got 1, but then they got extra pocket or something, Anyway, so this one is number 16. This one is number 1. Okay, so it's got some more images from that German botanical book, and there's some flowers and then some leaves that I fussy cut. There's the back. One of my stamped labels. Another one of my stamped labels, and then some mushrooms. Oh, that one, yeah, that's number 1. This is number 13. Okay. I love this paper. This is actual end paper from, like an old vintage book. It's another one of my stamped labels, with a green mushroom, and then some children's book page and stuff, and then some bank stuff, numbery. There's some tape on the back of this one. And these I sprayed. I did spray them with like a clear coat, a matte clear coat. I love this big bolete mushroom. Isn't that pretty? There's two. This is actually a Tim Holtz one here, and then this is one that I cut out of the book. So this one, oh yeah, and this is the one of the stamp labels from dictionary. So this one is number 8. And then number 11. Look at this beautiful pink mushroom. It's so pretty. It's pink. And then I had to pair it with a pink rose and some pink seam binding. And then there's even a pink like deposit slip from the Bank of Lind on the back with another little stamped label. And then I just had to use this peach. I cut this image out a long time ago, and I've never used it. But so this was kind of like, was it serendipitous, I guess? I used this book page in the collage, and it says one hen has a nest, and I can't read the rest of it because it got cut off. I found it one day. She had some eggs in it. I put the eggs into something. Grandma was glad. She made a little something. I gave to the something with the eggs. She thinks, I don't remember. I don't know what, I don't remember. You can't read the whole thing, but anyways, and then just totally out of the blue without even knowing it, I put this label on there that I had stamped in a children's book, a chicken. And I just thought that was really cute. Anyways, but I had this this peach cut out for a long time and just have never had a chance to use it. So I thought it looked kind of cool in there. It's from one of those agricultural books, you know, those agricultural report books. I have some on apples too. Anyway, and then another one of my stamped labels on some pattern paper. Oh, that's number 2. And then this is number 3 with the big Amanita mushroom. A little stamped label there and some, you know, red stamps and that kind of stuff. Okay, I love that one. This one is kind of like teal, purple and teal. There's a stamped label there. And then look at this beautiful mushroom here on the side. And then this is actually purple. That it's like a letterhead. And this is the one that talks about the tree. So there's the inside. Since I already have this one open, I thought I'd show it to you. I mean, these videos would be super, super long if I showed you showed you all of them in detail, right? So this one is number 5. And so I did another label here, and then I just stamped a bunch of numbers in it. So this is like 3 layers of cellophane tape right here, so you can really feel it, but it's really cool because it's like yellowed and stuff. And then there's a poem on the back about a white dove that was in the reader, the children's reader. See the dove fly to baby. My white dove has a nest. Fly to your nest, pretty dove. It's such a pretty book. I love the just the stories in it. And then this one is number 18. So there's just a little lady slipper that I tore out of a dictionary. There's a stamped label there. Another one here around the number 5 on a ledger page. And then some mushrooms. I cut those out of a different book a long time ago. And just happened to use it on this. So I just like the pink seam binding with that color. I thought it was pretty. So this is number 9. This one has the big bolets on it too. So it's actually 2 images. I just kind of layered them on top of each other. And these are from the German botanical book. Another stamped label and some ledger. I love these letters from the ledger book right here on the side. And this was such a cool book, this where this writing came from. I'll point out another page of it if I see one, so you can see what the letterhead looks like. It's really cool. And then this one that I found these words on is a Cavallini and Company poster of colors, and they were all in French. The names of the colors were all in French, and I used the paper from the poster primarily on my monthly minis because they're going to be all like French ephemera and stuff. Anyways, but some of the words didn't wind up like they were in the scrap of that poster. And so I just stamped around those words in the color that it was. And then I just tried to sort of build the cover around that color in French, right? There's another stamped label. So see, there's just all kinds of things you can do with those stamps. I'm going to quit harping about it, but I just love them. I'm just so happy with them. Anyway, so this is number 14. This one's number 15. And so this one is the red, right? There's raspberries, strawberries, the red stamps, the red rose, and then like the red writing on the little bank paper, and then another stamped label on the back. That lined stamp is really cool. If you can, like with the children's readers, the lines are spaced out just enough to where you can sometimes line it up to actually underline the words in like a paragraph. So it's kind of cool. So that's the red. And then there's one that's orange, of course. So I use this little butterfly, and there's another little stamped image back there. And then, of course, a beautiful orange rose. And then I found the entry for orange in the dictionary, and I had to put that on there. And then what goes better with orange than black, right? So, yeah, so I like this one. That one's my favorite. And then, so that is number 6. So this one is number 12, and this one is just the butterfly, but it's a beautiful big butterfly. A little stamped label image there, and then this is, it says excitement from the dictionary. And then on the back, there's a little bit of the poem about the dove, or the story about the dove. Alice has a pretty doll. Grace has a white dove. Papa has a big cow. I have a little kitty. Anyway. Super cute. And then this one is number 15. Again, the pink canceled check, and it's kind of pink and purple on this one. So that's why I did like a huckleberry here. This is the dictionary entry for huckleberry with a pink rose, and then the pink seam binding, but then the purple on that stamp, and then the purple on that paid stamp too. From 1911. So, okay. And then one more. This is number 17. And this one just has a big mushroom that's cut out. It's another bolete. And then it also has a rose. But I thought the color of this rose was so pretty. I thought it went really well with that mushroom, and just the kind of general, color scheme of this cover. So did a little bit of kind of messy stitching on some of these covers too. So anyway, but yeah, so each one has that little pack of ephemera inside it, and so it's all bundled up. And these are really sturdy, you guys. They're really sturdy, so you can really pack these full, and the more you use them, the more flexible they're going to be. I did round the corners on all of this, so they should be, that I think makes them a little more durable. But those will start to soften up a little bit too as time goes by. So anyway, yeah. So those are, I don't know I forgot what I called these, but these are already listed in my shop if you would like to go take a look at them. And they are at a reduced price because I have so many journals that I'm like producing right now. I wanted to make sure that they were affordable. So they are reasonably priced, you guys. Okay. So go check those out. And as usual, shipping is included in the pricing too. So it's like free shipping. Okay. All right. And thank you guys so much for your support with Bob's shop and with the label stamps and all that. It's really fun. I'm super excited to see what you guys do with those stamps. I really, really am. So if you're in my Facebook group, post some pictures, like if you use them and stuff. I'd really love to see how you sort of explode with those, because I think there's just like, endless possibilities. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm going to shut up. I love you, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.